I just learned something new from Nick. Hilton offers a couple ways of moving points from one person to another for free. And I knew about the ability to combine points, which is a weird way of basically saying move points from one person to another. But what I didn't know is that Hilton also has a way to just more directly transfer your points over to the person that you want to move the points to. Nick's going to show us how that works.
Yeah, and the benefit here is that at least the last time I did each of these, the points pooling feature took a couple of days. The points transfer feature was instant. So that's going to be a benefit of using this method, I think, over points pooling for most people. But let's take a look at how it's done. All right, so we'll have a link in the show notes to our post about how to do this. So you can look to the show notes for that post. Now, alternatively, when I was looking to do this to prepare, I typed in Hilton points transfer in the search bar in Google, and the first result was from Hilton.com: buy, give, and transfer points. And so I started out there, and Hilton shows you that you can buy points, you can gift points, you can pool points, or you can transfer points. Now, the more commonly known method, like Greg mentioned, is pooling points. But like I said, that's slow. It sends an invitation to the person that you want to pool with. And we just tested that out actually a few minutes ago, and it took more than a few minutes to show the invitation. And like I said in the past, those transfers for me have not been instant, whereas clicking transfer points has been instant. Now, you do have to log in after you've done this, and it won't matter if you're already logged into Hilton.com. You'll still need to log in here. The next page asks for a verification code that's sent to your email. Now, I've done this a couple of times just in a little while before we did this meeting, and several times it's failed the first time that I've entered the verification code, and I've had to refresh this page, log in again, get the verification code again. And if you do that two times pretty close to each other, you'll get the same verification code the second time. But for some reason, that second time it worked for me each time so far. So if that happens to you, just know that refreshing the page up at the top should probably resolve it. You'll just have to log back in again. All right, once you have moved on and logged in, then it'll simply ask how many points you want to transfer, and it'll give you increments of 1,000 points, and you can move as many or as few as you want. I obviously don't have very many points in this account, but I could transfer them to anybody I want to. I just need the first name, last name, Hilton Honors number, and email address, and you're limited to transferring up to 500,000 points and up to six transfers per year this way. And then same on the Hilton points pooling side, you're limited to six transfers per year. You can only receive up to 2 million points per year. But for a lot of people, that's going to be something that's not a huge roadblock. This is a great way to just transfer over some points that another family member has earned and get them combined together. And like I said, it has been instant for me in the past. I'm going to test this out and just see if it's instant again right now. All right, and that's it. It's done already, and I just now actually also logged in to double check, and sure enough, within a minute or two, the transaction showed up in my account as 9,000 points being transferred out, and into my wife's account as 9,000 points being transferred in. My wife initially logged into her account, her balance didn't show the change, but once she went to her account activity, boom, it was there. So I don't know whether she had to actually go to the activity to see it. The last time I did this transfer, the points showed up in the app right away, and I noticed on the desktop it didn't look like they were there. I think it just probably takes the computer system a minute or two to refresh, but essentially it's instantaneous. They will be right there. So that's the easiest way to transfer points if you want to move Hilton points from one person to another.
Yeah, I love it. It's so much more obvious how to do it than the points pooling system, which isn't that hard, but it's also kind of a little confusing anyway to me. And this is just straight up move it from one person to another, done.